All right, let's look at groundwater remediation scenario in Ohio. This is close to Dayton, just a few miles outside of Dayton. This is a property boundary of an old facility where they were manufacturing plastic tubing and they did use solvents. And as a result, they had groundwater contamination. So essentially, when you look under ambient conditions, right, before any wells are installed, if anyone starts to pump the water, the groundwater is essentially flowing towards the east in this case. Because of this contamination, they decided to install a number of extraction wells, 4 extraction wells. And the purpose of the wells was to essentially contain the groundwater so that groundwater no longer was able to flow off site because there was essentially groundwater contamination. They wanted to prevent further off-site migration by way of installing these extraction wells. And these flow directions I'm drawing are based on measurements of water levels throughout the site and interpolated tensiometric maps and resultant flow directions. So these flow directions are just don't come out of nowhere. This is based on an analysis of water levels collected in many wells, which are not shown here. So here's the plume, the groundwater plume. As you just see here, I'm just doing a single color to denote the lateral extent map view. This is the scenario in about 2004, something like that. This is prior to remediation. The plume has migrated off site and they started to pump these wells, pull in the water, and as a result, this plume is shrinking, right? You do get off-site remediation is complete. That's basically pulled it in and farther down gradient, it hasn't pulled it all the way in, but certainly it has been shrinking. Now, to as part of the remedial plan, we did some numerical modeling and found that it would take about 20 plus years for the contamination to be fully contained on site. Okay, so that's by way of some numerical modeling. Okay, and now we see by 2046, we'll have complete offsite remediation. In fact, we just took some recent sampling was performed, and it looks like the offsite remediation will happen much sooner than 2046. That's the community is pretty happy about that.